Good morning, friends. Once again, welcome to my channel, Easy English Explanation. How are you all? So today, let me start Standard 9th NCERT book, Beehive, Lesson number 3, The Little Girl Kezia, Part 2. So already we have seen in Part 1 that the story is about a little girl. That little girl was very afraid of her father. When her father was at home, she was so scared she would not speak anything. Even she was stuttering, not able to speak properly in front of her father. She was so sad and quiet when her father used to stay at home. On Sundays, she even tried to talk with her father and mother and tried to have a good relation with her father, but she couldn't, because as soon as she saw her father, she trembled, she shivered, and she was scared like anything. Her father was a demonly figure to her, like a dangerous giant or somebody. Her father was very strict kind of father, and once she had torn the important pages or papers of her father. That time her father had beaten her very badly, rashly, with the help of a ruler or a scale. So let's start the lesson and see that how things went on and how she was able to overcome the fear of her father and started loving her father very dearly. So let's start from 7th number paragraph. Crying too much to explain, she lay in the shadowed room watching the evening light make a sad little pattern on the floor. Then father came into the room with a ruler in his hands. "I am going to beat you for this," he said. "Oh, no," she screamed, hiding under the bedclothes. He pulled them aside. "Sit up," he ordered, "and hold out your hands. You must be taught once and for all not to touch what does not belong to you." "But it was for your birthday." Down came the ruler on her little pink palms. Here in paragraph number 7, she was summoned by her father for tearing his important papers and pages that was related to speech for the port authority. His father was about to give speech, and that pages he had prepared with lots of struggle, lots of hard work, and she had torn unknowingly because she wanted to make a birthday small pin cushion, that is very small pillow kind, for her father to present on her father's birthday. But as she was summoned by her father, she was crying. She wanted to explain. She just lay there in the shadowed room, her room, and she was watching the evening light from outside. It was making a pattern, little pattern from sometimes light is making some patterns in a semi-dim light room, and sometimes we see some geometric designs or patterns on the floor from the outside light. And the light was also sad. When we are sad, we will feel that everything is looking dim or sad. Then father came into her room, and father had a ruler or a stake in his hands. And father told that, "I will beat you for this." She was very scared. Oh, no, she screamed. She tried to hide herself under the bed clothes, that is the bed sheet and the bed covers. But he took all the bed clothes aside, and he ordered Kezia to just sit up and give the hands, to hold out hands straight. And the father wanted to teach Kezia that she should be taught lesson, that she should not touch any of the papers or any other person's things without asking, without taking permission. We should not touch the things what does not belong to us. But she tried to say that, Father, I had prepared it for your birthday. But still, till that time, the ruler, the scale, came hard on her little pink palms. Her pink hands were red with the ruler's beat. Now, paragraph number 8. Hours later, when grandmother had wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair, the child clung to her soft body. What did God make fathers for? She sobbed. Here's a clean hanky, darling. Blow your nose. Go to sleep, pet. You will forget all about it in the morning. I tried to explain to father, but he was too upset to listen tonight. But the child never forgot. Next time she saw him, she quickly put both hands behind her back, and a red color flew into her cheeks. Hours later, when her father had beaten her with a ruler or scale, her grandmother tightly wrapped her in a shawl and rocked her in the rocking chair. That is a chair like a swing, the moving chair, so that one can feel relaxed and pacified, so that her sadness, her pity, her anger can be cooled down, which she felt for her father. Kezia may be feeling very low. She may be feeling very sad because her father had beaten her. So grandmother, what she tried to do? She tried to pacify her. She tried to make Kezia calm and cool, and she rocked Kezia. She moved along with Kezia in the rocking chair. She put her in her lap in a rocking chair, and so that she can sleep peacefully. She held the child tightly to her body. That is clung. Okay, clung, you can see the meaning. Clung is the past tense of cling word. You can see the meaning here. See, past tense is clung. It means to hold on tightly to somebody or something. Note down this word meanings without fail. I want you to know each and every meaning, and you can add to your vocabulary and word bank and word dictionary. As and when you learn, children, new things, new words, you should learn to repeat it again and again, so that you can be mastering more and more spellings. So after seeing the meaning of cling, that is clung, past tense of cling, then Kezia was sobbing. Sobbing means she was crying very slowly, because she was very tired and she was continuously crying. So her tears, her cry now turned into little sobs. She was continuously crying in her heart. And she was telling that what did God make fathers for? That God should not have made fathers at all. Fathers are very cruel. Fathers are strict according to her. Fathers beat little girls. So she was very scared, angry, feeling very dull because of her father. Her father had beaten her. So she was telling God, she was praying to God that why God had made fathers. There was no use for fathers to be there in the world. Her grandmother consoled her, pacified her, and explained to her very nicely that little girl, my dear girl Kezia, you just take a clean handkerchief or hanky. Hanky means a clean handkerchief. Here, clean handkerchief take, darling, and just clean your nose because she was continuously crying. So she need to blow the nose as we are feeling when we are having cold. Then you go to sleep. Pet means here, my dear little pet, little girl. You will forget when you will have a good night sleep and you will wake up in the morning. You will forget everything. Grandmother tried to explain to father, but father was in a very bad mood. Father was not ready to listen anything tonight because after all he had lost, he had been not able to give the speech for the port authority. His pages were torn by Kezia. So he was very upset. Father was very upset tonight. Grandmother tried to explain, but he would not listen. But the child never forgot. Whenever she saw her father next time, she remembered that she was beaten so harshly by her father, so cruelly. So she hid both her hands behind her back. She was so scared, she put both hands at her backside and red color came into her cheeks. Her cheeks filled with red color because of that she was afraid, she was scared of her father. The 9th number paragraph as follows. The McDonalds lived next door. They had 5 children. Looking through a gap in the fence, the little girl saw them playing tag in the evening. The father with the baby Mao on his shoulders. 2 little girls hanging on to his coat pockets ran round and round the flower beds, shaking with laughter. Once she saw the boys turn the hose on him and she tried to catch them, laughing all the time. Then she decided that there were different sorts of fathers. Suddenly, one day, mother became ill and she and grandmother went to the hospital. The little girl was left alone in the house with Alice, the cook. That was all right in the daytime. But while Alice was putting her to bed, she grew suddenly afraid. So, now we will see the explanation of 9th number paragraph. The McDonalds. There was a McDonald family who was living in the next house, the next door, that is. So that McDonald family, there were 5 children. Not 1, not 2, but 5 children and a father. So she liked to look at them through the gap in the fence which they had. From the fence, from the small fencing that is covering, she was able to look at the next door garden. So there she saw, that little girl saw them that they were playing a game. The game's name was tag. Let's see here, tag. And here you can see the meaning of tag, a children's game of catching one another. Even you all may be playing this kind of game. The father with the baby Mao, that is maybe the youngest baby, on his shoulders. The father put that youngest baby on his shoulders. He carried that baby Mao on his shoulders, and he had 2 little girls, 2 other children who were just hanging on to his coat pockets. The children, they just love to hang on to their father's clothes and body, to be physically near to them. They like to play this kind of games. They ran round and round, making the circles type, the flower beds, and they were all shaking with laughter. They were laughing like anything, that their bodies were shaking with laughter. Once even that little girl saw that the boys turned the hose on him, and he tried to catch them. When the boys tried to make their father wet with the pipe, the hose, let's here see the word hose. A long rubber or plastic tube that water can flow through. The children, the boys were tried to make their father wet with the help of the hose. They turned the hose on, and father was also enjoying this play. You can even see this in the picture on this page number 5 of the lesson. Above the paragraph number 10. See how the girls are clinging to the coat pockets, and how one of the baby Mao is there sitting on his shoulder, maybe pulling his father's hair, and maybe these two little boys are, you can see that they are also playing with the father. And here poor little girl Kezia, she is watching them with the hole, through the hole in the fence. So let's come back here where we went from. He tried to catch them laughing all the time. Then Kezia decided that maybe God had made different kinds of fathers. Maybe there is a variety of fathers. Fathers are also of different kinds. But one day what happened? Her mother, Kezia's mother, became ill, and she and grandmother went to hospital. They had to go to the hospital for treatment, and maybe the doctor had admitted mother of Kezia. So little girl was alone in the house. Only there was Alice the cook with her. So whole daytime she was okay with the cook. She was able to live nicely. She managed herself maybe somehow. But when the night came, she grew suddenly afraid. She suddenly began to dream things, in the daydream things, and she became afraid of a few things. Paragraph number 10. What will I do if I have a nightmare? She asked. I often have nightmares, and then Granny takes me into her bed. I can't stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. You just go to sleep, child, said Alice, pulling off her socks. And don't scream. Don't you scream and wake your poor pa. But the same old nightmare came. The butcher with a knife and a rope, who came nearer and smiling that dreadful smile, and while she could not move, could only stand still, crying out, Grandma, Grandma. She woke shivering to see her father beside her bed, a candle in his hands. What's the matter? He said. Here, what happened? What will I do if I have a nightmare? Here, see, nightmare means a bad dream. We see a bad dream usually, sometimes it's called a nightmare. She asked herself that what shall I do? She has nightmares. Then there was Alice the cook also with her. And whenever she has nightmares, generally her granny, her grandmother used to take her to her bed. And she, that is, little girl Kezia, is not able to stay in the dark. It all gets whispery. Whispery means here. It all gets whispery means everywhere it seems that even the tree, outside the window, the fan, maybe the wall, the doors, everything is speaking in ears and conspiring against little girl Kezia as if they are about to kill her. Whispering means that speaking very very slowly so that others cannot hear you. Speaking very slowly, like murmuring, as if so that others are not able to hear you. Here you can see the meaning of whisper. To speak very quietly into somebody's ear so that other people cannot hear what you are saying. So, whispering. Then, the Alice, the cook, what she said to the little girl? You just go to sleep and don't you dare to wake your poor pa. Your poor pa means your poor father. He's been very tired throughout the day. Maybe he's tending to mother in the hospital. He's working. He's doing many chores. Now he may be tired. Don't you scream. Don't you shout. And don't you wake your father up. Just go to sleep. And Alice, saying this, she took out Elia's socks. But the same old nightmare came. The nightmare which was often on coming to her, which she saw when she was sleeping. The butcher with a knife. Butcher. Butcher means the person who is very brutally killing some people, some other animals. Like a kasai who is killing or who is having a meat shop. Butcher. With a knife and a rope, who came nearer and nearer, smiling that dreadful smile that she saw in the dream. That butcher was coming to her nearer and nearer, and butcher was having a knife and rope in his hands, and he was giving a villainish, a dreadful smile which was frightening enough for Kezia, and she could not move. Even sometimes we want to save ourselves from dream, we want to get up or we want to move, then we are not able to move in our dreams. So she was also not able to move. She could only stand still. She wanted herself to be saved. She was crying, "Grandma, Grandma," and suddenly she woke up shivering, and she saw that father was beside her bed, and father had a candle in his hand. Her father came there, and her father had a candle in his hand, and her father came there because she was shouting in her dreams, "Grandma, Grandma," shouting for help. What's the matter? He asked Kezia that what was the matter, that why were you shouting? "Oh, a butcher, a knife, I want Granny." He blew out the candle, bent down, caught up the child in his arms, carrying her along the passage to the big bedroom. A newspaper was on the bed. He put away the paper, then carefully tucked up the child. He lay down beside her, half asleep still with the butcher's smile all about her, it seemed. She crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm, held tightly to his shirt. Then the dark did not matter. She lay still. "Here, rub your feet against my legs and get them warm," said father. So, now 11th paragraph, explanation. She told her father that she saw a butcher with a knife in her dream. That butcher was coming near and near her to kill her. She wanted her granny. She wanted her granny to be with her. He blew out her father just blew out the candle. Then her father bent down and very carefully caught little girl Kezia held little girl Kezia in his arms, and he carried along the passage, along the way to the big bedroom. Big bedroom may be of the her father and her mother. There was a newspaper on the bed. Maybe while sleeping he must have was reading the newspaper. He had been reading the newspaper there, so he carefully put that newspaper away and put the child into the bed, and even he lay down beside her child, that is Kezia. So let's see the meaning here of tucked up. Here see the meaning of tucked. You can see here the meaning is written over here, covered up nicely in the bed. We can use for making the children sleep. We carefully put the children into the sleep, would covered nicely while sleeping. He also lay down beside her to sleep. He was still half asleep. He was already sleeping, and even Kezia was half asleep. So still she was seeing that everywhere there was the butcher's wicked smile, the bad smile of the butcher all about her. But now she was close to her father. She came more close to her father. She crept. Crept here is the past tense of creep. It's the past tense of creep. Creep means to slowly lying on the ground, slowly coming near something. Creeping, moving forward, that is. Crept close to him, snuggled her head under his arm and held tightly to his shirt. Snuggled. See here the meaning of snuggled. Moved into a warm, comfortable position. That is close to another person here. And moving to a warm, comfortable position. She came near her father and she held her father's shirt very, very tightly. Then she was not afraid of the dark, of the night. She lay there still without moving. Still is without moving. Then her father asked that the hands there may be cold, so her father asked that rub your feet against my legs and get them warm. You will turn warm when you will rub your feet against my legs. So your feet will turn warm and you will feel cozy and able to sleep out soon. Now the last but not the least paragraph number 12 reading. Tired out, he slept before the little girl. A funny feeling came over her. Poor father, not so big after all, and with no one to look after him. He was harder than grandmother, but it was a nice hardness, and every day he had to work and was too tired to be a Mr. MacDonald. She had torn up all his beautiful writing. She stirred suddenly and sighed. What's the matter? Asked her father. Another dream? Oh, said the little girl. My head's on your heart. I can hear it going. What a big heart you have got, father dear. So, explanation of the 12th number paragraph. Her father was very tired, so he slept even before Kezia could sleep. But a funny feeling came over Kezia. Now she was very close to her father, ever than before. But now she had a funny feeling. Now the poor father appeared not so big or giant or devilish, demonly feeling for her. Her father was a normal, regular father for him. And she was pitying her father. He had no one to look after him. Mother and grandmother were in the hospital. So he was harder than grandmother's body. That is, father's body was obviously harder than the grandmother's body. But still it was good. It was a very, very good feeling which Kezia had. The hardness appeared to be nice. And every day he had to work so hard. Then Kezia could justify her father that yes, he was working very hard, maybe harder than Mr. MacDonald. So he was very tired to become a Mr. MacDonald. After all, she had only torn up all his beautiful speech and the writing. So he must have got angry that time. She forgave her father. She had all the, whatever she had grudges against her father, the hateness, maybe the sadness because of father. She forgot everything, and she stood that I had made mistake and my father punished me that day. She sighed for that day. That is, she took a deep breath. And her father again asked her that what's the matter? Have you seen any other dream? The little girl said that my head's on your heart. That I have kept my head on your heart. I can hear your heart going. That is, I can hear your heart beat. What a big heart you have got, father dear. By this time, she had started loving her father deeply. And you all should also love your father, love your mother, love your elders in the family.